You're the worst.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Questionable Taste, the only show on the internet where we determine if store brand can beat out name brand foods. I'm Brandon, and this is my guest,
Brigham.
Again. Together again. In fact, we filmed 2 of these episodes, one after the other. You're not going to know that because I'm going to release them
a year apart.
A year apart when I get around to editing it. But yeah, we're here to talk about our next item. Okay. Now, we are going to talk about a cracker. Mm-hmm. Kind of a loaded word, but the kind of cracker you eat that people have in their pantries across the country, right? I, of course, am talking about the Ritz cracker, right? Now, believe it or not, Ritz crackers have been around for almost 100 years.
Holy moly.
Yeah, they were first developed in the 1930s by the National Biscuit Company.
Was this a Depression era type thing?
Yeah. They were developed to compete with a cracker called the Hi-Ho Biscuit, made by Sunshine Biscuit Company. Okay? Sunshine Biscuit came along. So it's kind of like, you know how Oreos came after Hydrox cookies? You know what a Hydrox cookie is?
Yeah.
So it's kind of that situation. Hydrox came out before Oreos. Oreos eventually took over and drove it out of the market. Same thing here with the Ritz cracker and the Hi-Ho cracker. I think you can still find Hi-Hos. I think they're still manufactured.
Not ho-hos.
Not ho-hos. Hi-Hos. Like the dwarfs. So I think you can still find them, but obviously their market share is nothing compared to Ritz crackers, right? So the name Ritz, I wonder why they're called that way. They were released in the middle of the Great Depression. Mm-hmm. Okay, and Nabisco gave it that name to make people feel like they're eating something fancy.
Which makes
very simple.
Sense. Which makes sense.
Yeah. One of the first slogans for it says right here, was to have a bite of the good life. Heck of a marketing slogan there.
And if you've never had a Ritz just by itself and just eaten it by the sleeve, you should. It's delicious.
Well, yeah, you open up the top,
just
right?
dump it in.
And yeah, you unhinge your jaw, open up that throat, and it just comes in, kind of like a human Pez dispenser. Okay, so in the 90 years plus since, Ritz has expanded to be given to us in a variety of ways. You got flavors like roasted vegetable, honey wheat, garlic butter, whole wheat, others. Also, one of my favorite spinoffs of the Ritz cracker are the Ritz Bit sandwiches. Ooh. Come in the cheese or the peanut butter. Mm-hmm. You even have like ones that are covered in chocolate.
Chocolate? I've never had
it's
those
a Ritz.
ones.
It's a Ritz sandwich covered in chocolate, like a peanut butter one.
That's very sweet and savory there.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
Okay.
So today we're pitting, and can you tell we like Ritz? We're pitting them up against great value, naturally flavored Buttery Rounds. Buttery Rounds baked crackers. Buttery Rounds are usually what
it's usually described.
I leave in the bathroom after eating at the Golden Corral. So I mean, Ritz. Personally, one of my favorite crackers out there, because they are so versatile. You can top it with anything. I like getting like a Baby Bell. Eating Ritz with a Baby Bell cheese. But really, I mean, they lend themselves to sweet things too.
You ever done the spicy? No, you put a block of cream cheese and you cover it with some spicy jelly, and then you dip that all into one scoop.
Sounds really good.
Try it. That's good stuff.
Yeah. What are some things you've done with Ritz, Brig?
Man, I made my own little peanut butter sandwiches, just like on the giant size. Because the small ones you get, they're tiny. I mean, they're for kids, right? But you get the adult size. Just make your own. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they usually dip these into other things.
Yeah. Just get a big scoop of peanut butter and just a sleeve of Ritz, and you just watch.
Don't even combine them. Just
Watch
eat
The
them
Simpsons
together.
and eat them. It's a good time. It's a good time. All right. Well, let's get to the comparison, right?
Okay.
So, Ritz. I paid at Walmart $3.88 for 13.7 ounces of crackers. I'm not going to give you an exact count of crackers. I'm not going to do that. 28 cents per ounce is what it comes to. Okay. Great value, $2.72 for as many ounces, 13.7 ounces. We're looking at 20 cents per ounce. So you're spending 8 cents per ounce more. About 8 cents per ounce more for the Ritz. Pretty
That's not too bad off.
close.
That's not bad.
Pretty close.
That's splitting hairs.
$3.88, $2.72, so $1.10 more, roughly, for that bite of the good life.
Yeah. I'd pay it if it's better.
Oh yeah, we got to talk nutrition facts.
Okay.
How many calories you got?
80.
80. That's for 5 crackers.
5 crackers, 16 grams.
Okay.
There you go.
Total fat.
4.5.
4.
Okay.
Less fat in these.
1.5 unsaturated.
0.5.
0.5. Okay.
How much sodium you got?
Lots. 130.
105.
But
That's huge.
that can make the difference.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that comes into effect. Carbohydrates 10.
10.
Okay.
Only 1 gram of sugar.
1 gram of sugar.
Less than a gram of protein, though.
1 gram of protein.
Yes, he's less
Oh,
than.
a little more. If you want to grow the big muscles,
A little more.
Buttery Rounds are for you.
It's all about them gains.
Okay. First ingredient. What do you got?
Unbleached enriched flour.
Enriched flour, but it must be bleached for me.
Yeah.
Soybean oil.
What is not inside of the unbleached or the flour?
Yeah. Skip all the parenthetical.
Riboflavin, then soybean canola oil.
Okay, I got soybean oil. Sugar contains 2% or less of leavening, corn syrup, salt, natural flavor, soy, lecithin.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I have no idea.
So soybean and or canola oil, because they can't make up their minds. Then palm oil,
Okay.
sugar, salt, leavening, calcium phosphate, baking soda, then high fructose corn syrup, and then soy lecithin.
Gosh, there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. But fun little note on mine. Says here at the bottom, contains a bioengineered food ingredient. The nice thing is it doesn't tell you which, so you have to guess.
That could be anything.
You got mystery bioengineered ingredient in here for you.
That actually is on mine too. I just saw that on mine. Contains a bioengineered food ingredient.
Okay. Do you have any allergy warnings?
Just wheat and soy.
Wheat and soy. Mine might have milk, eggs, almonds, coconut, pecans or pecans, and peanuts.
That's also
peanuts.
That's also because Great Value produces everything in their
Yeah,
in
and
their
they're in a
same
giant factory.
Whereas Ritz, I mean, it is by Nabisco, but
You want to know what my big dream is?
what?
If people actually watch this and like people like watch it like a lot, I would love to like get a tour of the Great Value factory where they make all their stuff.
That might ruin it for you. You ever been on a production line for food? It's not as glamorous as it seems.
I was going for the black tie event
Yeah, it's not that.
over at the Great Value.
It's not the
factory.
documentary on Netflix experience.
Oh boy. All right, let's get to the taste. So here I have 2 plates, one labeled 1, one labeled 2. And one of the plates has our Ritz crackers, the other has our Great Value. We're going to taste, going to feel out the texture, talk about how it smells and all that stuff, taste them, cleanse our palates, taste the other, go back and forth, why not? And we are going to then guess which one is the Ritz, which one is the Great Value Buttery Rounds, and then determine if, in fact, the Buttery Rounds beat out the Ritz, and if it enters our Hall of Champions. So let's
Let's dig
bless
in.
this mess. Let's start with number 1.
Okay.
We got 3 crackers here, each of each kind. So here we go. Cracker number 1. Just looking at it, fair amount of salt on top. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little holes in there.
Okay. Do you have a method you always eat these crackers? I have always eaten mine salt side down.
No,
That's always the way I eat them.
I mean, my way is just always shoving the whole thing in my mouth at once, and that's for twofold reason. First, it hits the pleasure center of my brain sooner, and 2, you don't get crumbs everywhere. But guess what? We can get crumbs down here. I'm gonna vacuum down here when we're done. Anyway. I spilled water everywhere just before we turn on the camera, so it's already a mess.
It's just gonna turn into a slurry now.
So yeah, looking at this, so we got good amount of salt on top, 7 holes, little serrated edges, and looking on the back, you got a little bit of scoring there, kind of in a hatch.
It's probably the line,
the conveyor belts.
Yeah, the conveyor belt lines.
So
yep,
smells like a Ritz cracker.
Smells like a gosh dang Ritz.
Okay, let's go. That was good. Taking a bite out of it, it shatters a little bit.
I didn't even do that.
If you're looking at here, like, kind of broke off more on the bottom than it did on the top. So, you got a fair amount of air.
Some
in
flakiness.
The cracker, yeah. It's just delicious. Get me some cheese. Get me some peanut butter. I'll put it on there.
The leavening agents are definitely at play. I've really liked the crumbliness of it. I don't know. Like, one of its most redeeming qualities is that first crunch, and then it just kind of all melts. It's all delicious.
It's good. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to jump on number 2. Now, looking at number 2 compared to number 1, it looks more baked.
There's also significantly less salt on it.
Less salt on top, but 7 holes. It just looks more scorched.
Look at the bottom. That's the biggest tell for me.
Much darker on the bottom.
Much darker.
The top almost seems more. What's the word I'm looking for? Gosh. The number 1 looks more matte. This has a shininess to it, a sheen to the top.
Yeah.
But also darker, like it's been baked longer. So let's try number 2. Down the hatch. Salud. Okay, now, I took a bite out of this halfway for a reason, because I did that with the number 1. Much cleaner break. Did not shatter. Not as many crumbs. Not as flaky. You do see some layers in there, but there is less air in between the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
It doesn't shatter as much.
With there being a lot less salt, there's definitely a difference in taste, too.
Yes. Definitely not as salty.
Well, the salt just makes for the flavor.
But here's the thing. Eating a Ritz, you're putting stuff on top of that anyway. Salt's really a factor.
I eat them by the sleeve. Like, I honestly will just open up a package and just eat them.
Yeah.
You can definitely taste the difference, though, between the two.
In fact, I'm just plowing my way through these number 2 so I can get back to the ones. Because, spoiler alert, I like ones better.
Oh, the 100% like them better.
These are more dense and not as flavorful.
Kind of bland.
Mm-hmm. But that being said, Brigham, if you were taking down a cheese ball, would it matter that much?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, totally.
Okay.
The additional salt makes a big difference, especially when you are using it to scoop, to dip, because that extra salt contrasts with whatever you're doing. It could be a cheese ball.
Okay.
It could be jelly. It could be peanut butter. That salt makes a difference. It carries as a better vehicle, if you will. Yeah, 1 wins, 100%.
Okay. Okay, so the number 2 crackers. A weird thing to say.
Second string crackers.
Cracker number 2. I think that's much better. Cracker number 2. Okay, I ate because I felt like I had to. Number 1, I ate because I wanted to.
Pleasantly. Like, I'm going to finish this.
1 made me come back for more. Like, you ate it and was like, I can't eat one of these. I can't eat just one of these. I gotta have all of them. I need it. 2, I could do without. Now, okay. I think Brigham and I disagree here a little bit. I don't think 2 is completely irredeemable, because I think if you put peanut butter on it, or you put a slice of ham and some cheese on it, you're working with something there. And at that point, the cracker is less of a factor in the overall thing. It's more of just a
It's more the
delivery system.
It's more the sandwich bread,
Yeah.
if you will.
But if we're talking like, I'm just going to eat a cracker, 1 kicks the crud out of number 2. Like it's not
100%.
even in the same galaxy. Okay?
Just the sheer buttery flavor is a lot more present in number 1. The saltiness brings it out more. The flakiness is a lot more pleasant. This is just dense. This feels like this could have been made in the Depression era. Where that one is the good life.
Yeah,
it's the good feel, the good taste.
Look at that. Bite of the So okay, I think we both agree here. I'm gonna say 1 is not only better. I'm gonna say 1's the Ritz as well.
1 is the Ritz.
So that's it. Let's see. Pull out the card.
1 is the Ritz.
1 is the Ritz. 2 is the Great Value. You know,
That one was a lot more obvious.
sometimes great value giveth, sometimes great value taketh away. In this case, the Ritz won it all by a mile. Like, it's...
Now, if you were to keep these for food storage, would these keep you alive? Yes. Would you be happy? Not really. Would you wish death upon you sooner than later? Probably.
Brigham is not a fan of the Ritz, and that's fine.
Not a fan of the Great Value.
Or the Great Value, sorry.
I love the Ritz.
Please call them by their Christian name. Buttery Rounds.
Buttery Rounds.
Buttery Rounds. Going where the rest of the Buttery Rounds go. So that's cool. Ritz are the gold standard. So if you have any other Ritz-like cracker you want to put up against Ritz, let us know, and we can do a taste test. If you think 1 holds a candle to the OG, then by all means, let us know. Have we asked them to like and subscribe in this video yet?
Not yet.
No, we haven't. Like and subscribe, and if you do want to see any foods that you want on the show, put in the comments below, and I'll work on getting those things, and we can try them out and see if we can guess which one's which. That said, I plugged the channel. I plugged my own channel here. So let's plug things in our lives that we have enjoyed that has just brought a little bit of happiness into our life. Brig, do you have anything you want to plug?
Oh, boy. Let's see. What else is going on in my life? So...
What else? You have to pretend like we didn't just record an episode. This is like a brand new experience.
This is
something you've been thinking about for a long time. Yes, exactly.
I have been trying to watch a little bit more on what I eat. I think that's an important thing we should all look forward to, especially as the cost of everything is just absolutely getting outrageous. So trying to find the best value where I can. If any of you are looking and keeping in mind you want to feed your family with some protein, good healthy protein like a chicken, don't overlook Costco chickens. For $5 you get a whole rotisserie chicken. You get over 3 pounds of meat, which price per pound, you cannot beat that. So take it home, immediately pull it apart when it's still warm, put it in freezer bags. You're good for like 2-3 meals. It's great.
It's true.
It's really helped stretch our budget. It's been great.
I did keto in 2022, and those chickens really made it survivable, I guess, for me. I mean,
they're delicious.
Keto's a crash diet like any other, but I ate a lot of that chicken.
Why did you do your keto?
Why?
Yeah.
A mutual friend of ours wanted to lose weight for a vacation, and he invited me to embark on the journey with him. And that's why I did it. And I lost a ton of weight. And I've gained it all back. So, in fact, if you watch the first episodes, which I filmed back in November or October, I'm actually like visibly skinnier then than I am now because things just... Anyway.
Pre-holidays.
Yeah, pre-holidays. Okay, my plug. I had something in mind and I've since forgotten it. Oh, yes, I know what I'm going to plug. The Police. Now, not the Cops. Okay, I'm talking about the band The Police.
Great band.
One of my favorite bands of all time. I've recently just have been listening to them a lot again. My daughter got me a Police t-shirt for Christmas that I love. Fits great. But fantastic band. Really the band that brought the new wave to America. And Sting is beautiful, and I love him. So go listen to The Police.
Sting,
and
if you're watching.
Sting, if you're watching, Sting, I love you. I've seen you in concert more than any other musician in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
How many times?
3.
That's pretty good.
3. Twice at USANA and once at the Delta Center.
I had no idea he came to Utah that often.
Well, okay, so one was in like 2004, then 2007, and then he came like 2 years ago, and I went to that one. He was just here last August, and I couldn't afford to go, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
So I was sad about that, but I love him. So
when we'd love you on the show.
Come join us, Sting. All right. Well, that's it for Ritz Crackers versus the Buttery Rounds. We appreciate you spending your time with us and watching this video. Remember, comment, like, subscribe. We appreciate you. We love you. And thanks. We out.